My instincts were right. This place is crawling with Zoraxis operatives.
The original I Expect You to Die was nearly a PSVR launch title back in 2016, and was the definition of a polished, refined VR game. It puts you into a ton of awesomely stressful spy movie scenarios, and although it was a little light on content at launch, over time, it eventually got 3 huge pieces of free DLC, and is generally regarded as a must-have game for PSVR. But when developer Schell Games revealed the trailer for I Expect You to Die 2, The Spy and the Liar, I didn't see anything new, and my worst fear was that this sequel would just feel like more DLC for the first game. For anyone who hasn't played I Expect You to Die 1, let me get you caught up. You play as a somewhat typical secret agent, hot on the trail of the somewhat typical evil organization Zoraxis. Each level puts you into a new prolonged life and death situation, with a ton of ways to die, and a few different solutions to each puzzle. It's best played seated, and grabbing items from around the room using your telekinesis powers is half the fun, so just because something is 20 feet away, that won't stop you from picking it up. And really, experimentation is key here. It's a bit reminiscent of old point-and-click adventure games where most scenes are initially fairly innocuous. Looking around, everything's mostly normal until you start moving items or pushing buttons. Sure, a lot of your experiments will result in death from booby traps, poison gas, electrocution, and a litany of other causes which will force you to restart the level over from the beginning. Luckily though, once you figured out what you're supposed to be doing, and not doing, getting back to the point where you died should only take a few minutes at most.
What is Juniper planning? See if you can find something that can tell us what they're up to.
I Expect You to Die 2, The Spy and the Liar, doesn't stray too far from the original. Actually, it doesn't stray at all. There's still no locomotion, each stage is pretty short, and with few exceptions, this new game does feel a lot like more DLC for the first game. That said, it comes packed with 6 missions from the get-go, 2 more than the original did at launch, with a tease for future DLC on the way. Plus, it's fun hunting down the hidden trophies and figuring out how to 100% each level, and speedrunning them awards you with collectible watches. So if you want to get the most for your money, the Platinum Trophy here should be a lot of fun, and will take a bit of practice to achieve. The graphics are as sharp as ever, there's a brand new intro, the story is fun enough, the music is great, and oh, Will Wheaton even voices one of the main characters.
Good evening, everyone. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, these tickets cost more than my yacht. This better be good.
It's the level design here that really shines though, and might be even better than the first game. From impersonating a stagehand at a theater, to trying to pass myself off as the butler during a party, and a few locations that change significantly while you play. The variety of environments kept me from getting frustrated, made me excited to finish each level, and somehow, every new situation felt fresh enough, and had me scratching my head enough, to never take the headset off until I rolled credits, about 3.5 hours after I started. It's such a rewarding feeling to start off every level with zero idea of what to do, and then finish it off with a full understanding of how all the moving pieces work together, which essentially is the mark of a great escape room game. My worst fear for I Expect You to Die 2 was that this would just feel like more DLC for the first game. But soon after diving in, I realized that this series wasn't in need of some kind of major evolution, that more of the same fun, refined puzzle solving 5 years after the first game launched was exactly what I was looking for. So while I Expect You to Die 2 is fantastic, it is more of the same, so make sure you pick up the original first, and then backburner this one until you're ready.
Very cunning of you, Agent. Good work, Agent. You passed all of the tests with flying colors.